Hello and welcome back to my channel, Evening Talks with Vitaly. Today we are diving into a turbulent sea of events, from the mysterious departures at Twitter's upper echelons to the eyebrow-raising moves in Ukraine, all seeming to revolve around one central figure, Elon Musk. As we navigate the intriguing landscape, we'll dissect Musk's puzzling actions. We'll also shed light on his unusual political maneuvers in the midst of the Ukrainian crisis, and his rendezvous with Chinese top officials, and why it is so dangerous. Do these moves hint at a darker political agenda? Buckle up as we unravel the thrilling enigma. Hey, so if you are as avid a Twitter follower as I am, you'll know that the social media platform has seen some shifts recently. I'm talking about the departure of Sean Austin. Mr. Austin, with an impressive 11 years at Tesla under his belt, as an infrastructure principal engineer, made his transition to Twitter, wielding significant influence over the company's staffing dynamics. He was one of the major players in deciding who stays and who goes in the Twitter's infrastructure. And after a wave of infrastructure engineers, myself included, parted ways with the company in November 2022, he took a commanding position. And when Nelson Abramson, global head of Twitter infrastructure, was let go, it was Austin who filled his shoes. Interestingly, Abramson was brimming with optimism about Twitter's future right before the mass exodus of its employees in mid-November. I couldn't take it anymore and warned that if management of the organization thought the majority of engineers would stick around, they were in for a wake-up call. And that's precisely what happened. But let's shift our focus back to sheer Austin for a moment. Turns out, he rage-quit Tesla, delusioned by Elon Musk's behavior. He did not hold back his feelings when he told this to Elon directly and then stepped down. However, I have neither sympathy nor respect for Austin because of his role in the Twitter resignations and his support for the narcissistic and arrogant Elon Musk. But you may ask, if Musk is such a genius, why does he behave this way? Why does he rid his organizations of anyone who dares to oppose him? The answer is simple, though unexpected, and it's something I will be exploring in this video. Twitter is not just a business project for him. It's a political project, a means of funneling funding into his other ventures. Oh, by the way, and what about Twitter's new CEO, Linda Yaccarino? Looks like she's merely a facade for the business operations. Yes, she manages Twitter's business side, but Musk retains direct control over platform's algorithms. Intrigued yet? Today, we are set to unravel the multifaceted personality of Twitter's magnate, scrutinizing his political aspirations, motivations, and objectives. Assembling this complex puzzle with publicly available information as our pieces, we are about to embark on a captivating journey. So, let's dive in. Well, we are amidst the whirlwind of events unfolding on the Ukrainian front, paired with notable remarks from various European leaders. Amid the storm, one of the key players seems to be slipping from our gaze, and this is Elon Musk. His possible political aspiration could trigger a dramatic change in the global landscape, or at least help to do this. Well, first, Musk's acquisition of Twitter was stirred quite a buzz While many ridiculed him as a Twitter stock price plummet, even though there are no stocks anymore, but the private estimations of the Twitter's worth, they fail to grasp the crux of the matter. Twitter for Musk is not a mere financial investment, but a strategic asset for controlling search algorithms. This move underscores a point I mentioned earlier: Musk's grip on the reins of algorithmic control. His quest of algorithmic dominance is not just about vanity. It's a potent tool for shaping public opinion to align with his interests. This stirs up an intriguing question: why does a businessman need such influence, typically the purview of politicians? Could this signify that Musk's societal influence extends beyond the realm of business? Second, American media was recently ablaze with reports of Musk's intention to meet with the Prime Minister of China in Shanghai and to hold a series of unofficial meetings with local Shanghai authorities. I would like to remind that originally the billionaire intention was to visit Tesla factory only. Actually, already in March, Reuters reported that Musk was actively seeking meeting with Li Qiang, the Prime Minister. Who would have guessed? Interestingly, his visit coincided with that of Macron, closely followed by a former Shanghai mayor, now the Prime Minister of China. Amid a media maelstrom, Musk retreated briefly, only to re-emerge in China for a less publicized meeting with the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi. Post this rendezvous, Musk dropped a bombshell announcement: his plan to construct a new battery plant in Shanghai, a move accompanied by billion-dollar investments. Do you see the path now? Shanghai Major, where Musk has Tesla factory, meeting with Macron, waiting until the storm passes, Musk meeting with China officials, new factory plan. By the way, it's all in the country where Twitter is forbidden. And also, when American journalists asked for a comment on the visit, Tesla responded they do not comment on Musk's visit in his non-working hours. So the billionaire's visit was kind of a private initiative, right? Well, next. Third, post his Chinese expedition, Musk has embarked on a European tour. France, Italy, I think Germany are on his itinerary, with the meeting with Macron being the highlight. Each piece of this puzzle creates the portrait of Musk, assuming a role in Europe that special representative Li Hui couldn't fulfill. Basic hint: this is about Chinese plans to divide Europe and the United States, and to prove that the democracy should fail. Well, European leaders seems more than eager to meet the billionaire, with hopes of riding the PR wave these visits generate. While being perceived as a harbinger of advanced investment, Musk is also forging high-level political contracts, even pushing narratives that seems to echo China's stance. Why I am using the term echo? Well, it's not certain that Musk is directly serving China's interests. Musk may not be a skilled politician, but his attempts to appear as a savvy political strategist have often veered into comical territory. Perhaps his ego prevented him from admitting when he is out of his depth. And by the way, his behavior after Twitter takeover showed exactly that, like 100%. Hence, he doggedly defends positions that have invited ridicule and able to admit errors, a trait of maturity. Crafty Chinese leaders could be stalking Musk's ego, using him as a pawn in their geopolitical game, consciously or not. Consequently, Musk's movements and interactions are worth scrutinizing, much like those of top-tier politicians. Few things are more perilous than a person armed with power and access. Consequently, Musk's movement and interactions are worth scrutinizing, much like those of top-tier politicians. Few things are more perilous than a person armed with power and access, yet lacking in depth of knowledge and understanding. It's even more concerning when this person believes they have full control and fails to recognize their own limitations. For me, as a software engineer, it's akin to a novice meddling with the programming of a complex system, a recipe for disaster. Another note on his business and patriotic stance: post February 24, 2022, when Russia's aggression started, Musk's antics could be attributed to his character and justified by, well, he does provide Starlink. Over time, it becomes clearer, though, that the key stimulus for Musk is not his goodwill, but the Pentagon's position on Ukraine. Let me remind you that Musk is currently making a fair amount of state orders, including those terminals for which the Pentagon is paying. It's about nearly $400 million for the year 2023.
Conclusions.
Why Musk's visit to China is dangerous for the US, not only for Ukraine. While the US is expending billions in curtaining China through sanctions and various technology restrictions, and as China is refining its strategies around Taiwan, and the US is establishing 4 new military bases in the Philippines to counter the same Chinese threat, Musk, as I just said, meeting with China's officials and helping them to overcome these limitations, bringing the technologies to China that might be used in military. Why is this all alarming? It seems that the mania of dictators is closer to the heart of the patriotic Musk than some other unclear, in the eyes of the prominent geopolitical analyst, as Musk thinks about him, national security. Not surprisingly, after blocking inconvenient journalists' account from Twitter and opposite, unlocking official Moscow state structure pages, the entrepreneur seems to be more and more fitting into the dictatorial narcissistic club. So keep an eye on Musk, his meetings and his dealings. They might have far more reaching implications on you than you might think. Take care. See you next time.